Good morning, dear children. Today we are going to learn English Grammar, Chapter 19 Can, May, Should, Must. So, do you know, children, what are these words? These are modal verbs. They are also called helping verbs. They add meaning to the main verb in a sentence by expressing possibility, ability, permission, or obligation. Now, let's learn these modal verbs one by one with examples. Can expresses the ability to do something while cannot expresses the inability to do something. For example, I can dance but I can't sing. So that means you have the ability to dance but you don't have the ability to sing. Another example is I can run for a kilometer before I stop, but I can't skip. Can is also used for asking permission. It is an informal way of asking permission, and cannot is the negative word. It shows refusal to give that permission. For example, can I please take this call? Yes, you can. You can use my pencils. Now let's have a look on this exercise. Complete the following sentences using can or can't. Choose the verbs from the help box. Shruti needs a phone, Papa. Can she borrow your phone for one call? Here, Shruti is asking permission, so we use can. The baby can't walk yet, it can only crawl. Here, can't shows inability to do something. The baby can't walk. Can you buy me a pack of hairpins, Mom? I can't find a single hairpin on the dresser. And remember, after these modal verbs, we use the present form of the verbs. That is the first form of the verbs after these modal verbs. Next modal verb is may. May is used to seek and grant permission, and may not is used to refuse permission. May not is also written as mayn't. Although both can and may can be used to seek and grant permission, may is considered to be more polite while can is considered to be much more casual. So, may is used for asking permission and it's a formal way and it's a polite word. For example, may I use your phone for a call? May I come in, sir? So, here we are asking the permission in a polite way. Ma'am, may I leave early today? No, you may not. So, here you can see asking permission in a polite way. Sir, may I please take this call? Smriti, you may sit down now. So all these sentences shows the polite way of asking permission and granting permission. Let's see the next modal verb should. Should and shouldn't are used to give suggestions. These are very polite expressions. So we also use should to give advice, opinion, suggestion, and also a moral duty. For example, you should get a haircut soon. So it's a suggestion. You should go for a walk after having slept all day. Let's see some more examples in the exercise. Instead of sitting here and guessing away, I think you should discuss the matter with Prithvi. So it's a suggestion. You shouldn't change the topic so abruptly when somebody is talking to you so earnestly. Again, it's a suggestion, or you can also consider it as an advice. The film called School is great. You shouldn't miss it at all. So, again, it's a suggestion. Again, I remind you after should we use the present form of the verbs. And here the last modal verb that is must. Must expresses the absolute need to do something while must not expresses the absolute need to not do something. Must expresses a strong need while should expresses a milder need to do something. For example, I must finish the work. You must be more attentive in class. You mustn't leave your work incomplete. So it shows a strong need to do something. Let's have a look on this exercise. You mustn't play music at such a high volume. So listening music at high volume is harmful to your ears. So you are not allowed to play music at high volume. You mustn't be late for dad's birthday party. You must visit your grandparents regularly. That means it's a strong recommendation that you must visit your grandparents regularly. So in the sentences you can see must expresses a strong need to do something. It's an obligation. Obligation means your duty or commitment. So hope you have understood these modal verbs and its usage in sentence. And these modal verbs can use with all subjects. And after the modal verbs, the verb is always in the present form. So all of you read this chapter carefully and do your exercises. That's all for today. Thank you.